You got to realize that your life starts where your ego ends. As long as you have an ego, as long as you're always fueled by jealousy, fueled by rage, fueled by all these negative emotions that end up almost stealing from your future and the joy in your life, then you're never going to live truly. You see, you start to live truly when and only when you just let go. You completely dismantle your ego and you start to become who you were meant to be. And the way you do that is by simply just having a system to rely upon, a mental system, these ideas, these beliefs that keep you going every single day. You know, you need to believe that you are already where you want to be. You need to it's like the law of abundance, the law of assumption. You need to see yourself, don't say the business is going to be up and running, the business is going to be successful soon. No, lie to yourself and say that the business is successful right now. Don't say I'm making, I wish I was making this amount of each month. You got to tell yourself, I'm already making this amount. And you might think, isn't that stupid? Won't that take away from my goals? And won't that make me less driven? In fact, it won't. It will just make you assume the person you want to become. Don't say, I want to live this life. I want to have this dream life. Instead, you need to say, I'm already living the dream life that I want to live. And that's basically it. The law of assumption is amazing. The law of assumption is gonna get you everywhere. You see, your life starts where your ego ends. Because when you have an ego, you're gonna take less action. You're gonna push yourself less. You're gonna justify your poor actions more. You're gonna be more lazy, be less motivated and less driven. Because the ego wants one thing. The ego wants praise without having to do the actual work. It wants people to clap without doing anything, without putting in any effort. And that's a problem. So simply rely on your own ability to just be where you are, do the things you have to do to get to where you want to be. And, life becomes good when you know who you are, when you know, at least the direction you're headed in. Because for a long time, I can't even lie. Like I was doing all these bad habits. I had no direction in life. I was ambitious, but I was lazy, and I was spending my time in all the ways I didn't want to spend my time, and it was eating me up from the inside. But I would cope with something else, something even worse. And that's not a life to live. It's not a way to live. Self-improvement is going to save you. Discipline is going to save you, as it did me. Without discipline, without self-improvement, without all these tools and without all this guidance that helps me, it's like eventually life becomes almost a pain, almost a burden. And you need to save yourself from life without purpose. You need to give yourself purpose. You need to, self-improvement saves you, discipline saves you, reading, all these things, journaling, just having this self-awareness, it saves you from a life that you do not want to live. So all you have to do is just simply push through, simply make your way to the top, do what you need to do, analyze yourself, assess yourself, read books, journal, spend time outside, spend time doing the things you love to do. And most importantly, spend time on your craft. Your craft is number one, your craft, your mission. And if you don't have a mission, then your mission is to find a mission. Your purpose is to find a purpose. Because once you do, your life will change. Once you do, you'll stop getting bothered by random and meaningless things that don't even matter. You start to see what truly matters. You start to just be who you truly are. And that's, in the long run, that's the only thing that will change your life. So keep that in mind. Push through. I'll see you later. You got this.